Let's take a photo. Sebastian's voice was cheerful. He was my grandson, 28 years old, smiling, full of love, or so I thought. Tomas and I stood at the edge of the cliff. We turned our backs to the view. The sun was shining, the mountains stretched out. It was a beautiful Sunday morning. Ready? 1, 2. But he didn't say 3. I felt hands on my back. A strong push. I lost my balance. I grabbed Tomas's hand. He fell too. I turned. I saw Sebastian. His face was cold. His eyes were empty. But his lips moved. I'm sorry, but I had no choice. Debts. You'll understand. We fell. Fast. Tomas screamed. I screamed. We hit rocks. We hit trees. Pain. Terrible pain. Tomas whispered in my ear, "Act like you're dead. Don't move. He can control you." I understood. I relaxed. I closed my eyes. We hit a bush. We stopped. We were very low. We were in the dark. Sebastian's voice came from above. "Are they dead?" I didn't move. Tomas didn't move either. We didn't breathe. Like the dead. Footsteps. Sebastian was coming down. He was getting closer. My heart was pounding, but I stayed still. They're dead. They're definitely dead. Then the footsteps faded. He left. He left us. I waited. 1 minute. 2 minutes. 5 minutes. Then I opened my eyes. I looked at Tomas. He was bleeding. I was bleeding too. But we were alive. I am Socorro Ramirez. I am 52 years old. I am a retired mountain guide and an award-winning photographer. I lived in the mountains for 28 years. I know how to survive. And now, I know something else. My grandson tried to kill us, but he failed. Because we survived. And now, Sebastian will learn the price of trying to kill his grandmother. We were lying in the bushes. It was dark. It was cold. My body ached all over. My right arm was broken. My head was bleeding. Tomas was worse off. His leg was at a strange angle. He was having trouble breathing. "Socorro, I'm in a lot of pain." "I know, but we can't move. Not yet. Sebastian might come back." "He's gone." He thought we were dead. "Yes, but we have to wait until we're sure." Darkness fell. The stars came out. It was getting colder. In the mountains, at night, injured, it was dangerous. But I didn't panic, because I was Socorro. I had spent 28 years in the mountains. I had survived worse situations. "Tomas, we'll hold out until morning. Then we'll slowly make our way out." "How? I can't walk." "I'll carry you. I've been a mountain guide for 28 years. You're lighter than me." Tomas laughed, painfully. "You're still joking." "Yes, because we're not dead. And we won't die." But inside me, there was another pain. Deeper than physical pain. More destructive. Sebastian, my grandson, he pushed me to kill me. Why? Sebastian's words. Debts. You'll understand. Debts. Money. Always money. But 8 years ago, money wasn't important to Sebastian. Or so I thought. It was 8 years ago. Sebastian was 20. He was in college, studying business. One day, he came home. His face was pale. His hands were shaking. "Grandma, Grandpa, I need to talk to you." "Of course, dear." "What happened?" He sat down. He buried his head in his hands. I made a mistake." Tomas leaned forward. "What mistake?" "At university, my friends and I, we gambled. online, cryptocurrency. I thought I would win, but I lost. I lost a lot. My heart sank. How much? $15,000. And the creditors, they're dangerous people. If I don't pay, they could hurt me. Tomas and I looked at each other. $15,000. It was a lot of money, but Sebastian was in danger. Okay, I said. We'll pay it. Sebastian looked up. His eyes were filled with tears. Really? But that's a lot of money. You're our grandson. We'll protect you. How will you pay it? We have savings. Our retirement fund. We'll use that. Tomas added. But Sebastian, there's one condition. You won't gamble again. Promise. I promise, Grandpa. Never again. I'm so sorry. I'll pay you back every penny. He hugged me. He cried. You're the best grandparents ever. I love you. We love you too, dear. That day we went to the bank. We withdrew $15,000. We gave it to Sebastian. He paid his creditors. You're safe now, I said, but don't ever do something like this again. Okay? Okay, Grandma. I promise. That week, Sebastian came every day. He ate, we talked, we laughed. I'm lucky, he said, because I have a family like yours. Tomas and I were happy because we had saved Sebastian, because he was safe now. But that money was our savings. We had saved it for years. With that money, we had planned to take a retirement trip to Patagonia, to Alaska, to take pictures. But it didn't matter because Sebastian was safe, or so I thought. Now, I'm lying in the bushes, in the dark. My body is broken. My heart is even more broken because I understand. Were those dangerous people real? Or did Sebastian lie? Did he really use that $15,000 for the loan? Or was it for something else? I don't know. But I do know one thing. That money was our savings. And Sebastian said, I'll pay you back every penny. But he didn't. He never did, because he forgot or didn't care. And now, he pushed me off a cliff. For more money. Those hugs. Those tears. Those I love you words. Was it a lie? Was it all a lie? I remember the moment of the fall again. Sebastian's cold face. Those empty eyes. But a year ago, those eyes were different. They were bright. He was happy. He was in love. It was a year ago. Sebastian came home. He brought a girl. She was beautiful. She was chic. She was well dressed. Grandma, Grandpa, I want to introduce you to someone. This is Valeria, my girlfriend. Valeria smiled, a perfect smile. But it was cold. Hello. Sebastian has told me a lot about you. Welcome, Valeria. Please sit down. We sat down. We ate. We talked. Valeria talked mostly about herself, about her family. My father is a lawyer. My mother is an interior designer. I study marketing. I'm a luxury brand consultant. That's wonderful. Yes, I've always lived by high standards. Quality is important to me. Tomas asked, How did you meet Sebastian? At a business meeting. Sebastian's presentation was very good. I was impressed. Then we met. And now we're together. Sebastian was happy. Valeria is wonderful. I'm very lucky. Valeria touched Sebastian's hand. We're perfect for each other. We share the same dreams, success, wealth, a beautiful life. That evening, after Valeria left, Tomas said, That girl, she's strange. Yes, but Sebastian is happy. That's what matters. I hope you're right. In the following months, Sebastian and Valeria came often. But every time they came, Valeria asked for something. Socorro, your Instagram account is very popular. Will you introduce me? It would be good for my work. Of course, dear. And this land. It's so beautiful. A wedding here would be very romantic. When we get married, can we use this place? Of course. But you're not even engaged yet. It will happen soon, Sebastian promised. One day, Sebastian came alone. He was serious. Grandma, I'm going to propose to Valeria. Wonderful, congratulations. But there's a problem. The ring. Valeria wants a specific ring, a diamond, a big one, an expensive one. How much? $20,000. My breath caught. 20,000? Yes, I know it's a lot of money, but Valeria's family is rich. They're used to these things. If I get a cheap ring, Valeria will be disappointed. But Sebastian, love can't be measured by money. I know, Grandma, but it's important to Valeria, and I want to make her happy. Tomas intervened. Sebastian, we don't have that kind of money. But you can mortgage the land, or sell it. Sell it? No, Sebastian. This land is our home. But I want to marry Valeria. Please. We argued for hours. Finally, we reached a compromise. We gave $10,000 from our savings. That's all we have, Sebastian. Tell Valeria we'll buy a $10,000 ring. Sebastian wasn't happy, but he accepted. Okay, thank you. He got the ring. He proposed to Valeria. Valeria accepted, but she didn't look happy. The ring is beautiful, but it's a little small. But never mind. Now I'm lying in the bushes. The night is progressing. Tomas is asleep, or passed out. He's breathing, but very weakly. And I'm thinking, that $10,000. Again from our savings. Again for Sebastian. All for Sebastian. All for the words, I love you, Grandma. But now, I understand. Those words were a lie. Those hugs were a lie. Everything was a lie. Sebastian didn't love me. Sebastian loved my money, and I couldn't see it, because I loved him, with blind love. But I'm not blind anymore. Now I see everything. And Sebastian will learn the price of trying to kill his grandmother, because I am Socorro, and I didn't die. I survived, and I will return for justice. The night ended. Morning came. The sun rose. Light came to the thicket. I looked at Tomas. He was sleeping, or he had passed out. He was breathing, but very weakly. Tomas, wake up. We have to go. His eyes slowly opened. Socorro, I can't move. You can. I'll help you. I got up slowly. The pain was excruciating. Every bone ached, but I got up, because I was Socorro. I had lived in the mountains for 28 years. I had been wounded. I had healed. I had carried on. I lifted Tomas. I put him on my shoulder. He was very heavy, but I carried him, step by step, slowly, toward the trail. It took 2 hours. Finally, we reached the trail. From there to the main road, I flagged down a car. Help! Please! My husband is injured! The car stopped. It was an old man. What happened? We fell. Off a cliff. We need to go to the hospital. He took us. But to a hospital in a different city, because I said, there's a hospital nearby. We have friends there. We don't want to go there. The real reason, it would be dangerous if Sebastian found out. We arrived at the hospital. We went to the emergency room. The doctors rushed over. They put Tomas on a stretcher. They examined me. Your name? I paused. Maria. Maria Rodriguez. This is my husband, Carlos. A lie. Fake names. Because we shouldn't appear in the records. What happened? We fell. In the mountains. An accident. The doctor looked suspicious. These injuries are very serious. We need to notify the police. No! Please, just treat us. No need for the police. The doctor refused. But it was an emergency. They treated us first. They would ask questions later. Tomas went into surgery. His leg, his ribs, internal bleeding. I was treated. My arm was put in a cast. My head was stitched up. My wounds were cleaned. Then I waited. For hours. Tomas was in surgery. I was alone. I thought, Sebastian, what was he doing now? He thought we were dead. Was he happy? Was he at ease? I picked up the phone, but it was broken. The screen was cracked, but it still worked. It had some charge left. I checked Sebastian's social media, Instagram, Facebook, and I saw Sebastian had posted something yesterday. Photo, our photo, Sebastian, Tomas, and me, taken last year. We looked happy. Caption, ... My heart is broken. My grandmother Socorro and my grandfather Tomas died yesterday in a tragic mountain accident. They are missing. Search and rescue teams are working, but hope is fading. I love them so much. They taught me everything. Life will never be the same without you. There were hundreds of comments below. I'm so sorry, Sebastian. My condolences. They're in heaven now. How painful. Stay strong. Sebastian had replied to every comment. Thank you. It's a difficult time, but I'll get through it. I held the phone tightly. My hands were shaking because I was angry. Very angry. Sebastian was lying to everyone, to his friends, to his acquaintances, to the world. He called it a tragic accident, but it wasn't an accident. It was attempted murder. He said, I loved them, but he didn't. He pushed us to kill us, and those emojis, those tears, that broken heart, all lies, all fake. Something inside me snapped because Sebastian hadn't just tried to kill us. He was also stealing our moment. He was turning our death into his own tragic story. Poor Sebastian, he lost his grandparents. How sad. But the truth. Murderer Sebastian. He tried to kill his grandparents. How horrible. That post wasn't just a lie. It was also erasing our lives. It was turning us into tragic victims. But the real victims were us, Sebastian's victims. Morning came. Tomas came out of surgery. He was in intensive care, but he was stable. The doctor said he'll recover, but it will take time. Months. Thank you. I was alone in my room. I turned my phone back on. I checked Sebastian's profile. There was a new story, an Instagram story, a video. Sebastian was in an office. He was wearing a suit. He was smiling. I'm going through a tough time, but life goes on. New opportunities are coming. I'm excited. The video was only 15 seconds long, but in the background I saw something, a sign. Prestige Realty, real estate development. Prestige Realty. It sounded familiar. Then I remembered. That real estate company, the one that made an offer to buy our land a year ago. Sebastian was there, at the real estate company, just 2 days after the accident. Why? I asked the nurse. Can you talk to me for a minute? Sure. What happened? I need to find out something, but no one should know. It's a private matter. The nurse was curious. How can I help? There's a real estate company. Prestige Realty. I need to call them, but I can't use my own phone. Could you call for me? I need some information. Why can't you call from your own phone? I thought about it. Then I made up my mind. I told the truth. Because my grandson pushed me and my husband off a cliff. He tried to kill us. Now he's trying to sell our property. But he thinks I'm dead. If I call from my phone, my number will show up. I just want to find out what he's doing. The nurse was shocked. Are you serious? Yes. We'll go to the police. But first, I'm gathering evidence. The nurse hesitated. Okay. But then you go to the police. Promise. I promise. What should I say? You guide me. I thought. Say this. Hello, this is Rosa Delgado. I'm a real estate investor. I'd like information about a piece of land at the foot of the mountain. I spoke with Sebastian Ramirez. May I speak with him? The nurse nodded. She dialed the number. She put it on speaker. Prestige Realty, hello. The nurse spoke. Her voice was professional. Hello, I'm Rosa Delgado. I'm a real estate investor. I'd like some information about a piece of land at the foot of the mountain. I spoke with Sebastian Ramirez. Can I speak with him? Mr. Sebastian? One moment, please. We waited. My heart was racing. Then a man's voice. Hello, this is Sebastian. Miss Rosa? I recognized the voice. My grandson's voice. The nurse looked at me. She asked with her eyes what to say. I signaled her. Go ahead. Yes, hello, Mr. Ramirez. It's about that 30-acre plot of land. Is it still for sale? Sebastian perked up. Oh, yes. It's a very special piece of land. There's a natural waterfall, mountain views, only 20 minutes from the city. How much is it? $3 million. But if you decide this week, I can give you a little discount. The nurse asked, who owned the land? Sebastian paused. His voice changed. He became more serious. My grandmother and grandfather. But, unfortunately, they had an accident last week, in the mountains. They're missing. They're probably dead. I'm so sorry. Thank you. It's a difficult time, but the land now belongs to me, by will. The legal process is ongoing, but it will be completed within 2 weeks. Then we can sell it. The nurse looked at me. Should I continue? I nodded. Yes. So, are you ready for this sale? I mean, emotionally, your family's land? Sebastian paused. Then he answered. His voice was cold. Yes, I'm ready. Actually, they were very attached to this land, but I'm more practical. $3 million would change my life. I could pay off my debts. I could have a nice wedding with my fiancé. I could start a new life. They would understand. The nurse was surprised. Her face changed. I understand. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. I'll think about it and get back to you. Okay, but hurry. There are other buyers. The nurse hung up. We both fell silent. We looked at each other quietly. Then the nurse spoke. Is that your grandson? Yes. And he really pushed you? Yes. And now, he says, I can pay off my debts. I can have a beautiful wedding. Yes. The nurse shook her head. That's terrible. You need to go to the police. Right away. I will. But first I'll gather more evidence, because Sebastian is a very good liar. Everyone believes him. The nurse handed me the phone. This recording is on my phone. I'll send it to you. Use it as evidence. Thank you. You are a real angel. No, I'm just doing the right thing. That night, I listened to that conversation over and over. Sebastian's voice, that cold tone. $3 million would change my life. Our life, our land, our memories. For him, it was just money. $3 million. And us? We were just obstacles, things that had to be eliminated. I couldn't sleep that night. That conversation kept running through my head. Just 2 days after he tried to kill us. 2 days. No grief, no remorse. Just plans. Wedding plans, car plans, money plans. I got out of bed. I looked in the mirror. I looked terrible. Bandages on my head, bruises on my face, my arm in a cast. But in my eyes, there was something, a fire, a determination. Because in that moment, everything became clear. Sebastian wasn't my grandson. He was a stranger, an enemy, a murderer. And I was no longer a victim. I was no longer just suffering. I was now a warrior. I went to Tomas's room. He was asleep. I sat down next to him. I held his hand. Tomas, I'm going to wake you up. Because I need to tell you something. His eyes opened. Socorro? What's wrong? I heard Sebastian. On the phone. He was talking to the real estate company. $3 million will change my life. I'll pay off my debts. I'll have a beautiful wedding, he said. 2 days ago, he tried to kill us, and now he's making wedding plans. Tomas's face changed. It hardened. That boy. He's not a boy anymore. He's a murderer, and we're going to teach him. He'll pay for trying to kill his grandparents. How? I don't know yet. But I'll make a plan, because I'm Socorro. I lived in the mountains for 28 years. I know how to survive. I know how to fight. Tomas smiled, a weak but genuine smile. I'll fight with you. Yes, together. That night, I didn't sleep. I thought. I planned. Sebastian thought we were dead. Good. Let him think that. Let's wait. Heal. Prepare. And then, when he least expects it, we'll show up. I picked up the phone. I checked my smartwatch. It wasn't broken. The data was still there. Voice recordings, GPS, heart rate, everything. I remembered the GPORO camera. It had been lost in the fall, but maybe it could be found. Tomorrow I would hire a detective, Matias Cordero, an old friend, retired cop. 15 years ago, he got lost in the mountains. I rescued him. Ever since, he felt indebted to me. Socorro, one day I'll repay you for this, he would say. Now, that day had come. I would tell him everything. He would help. We would gather evidence. We would make a plan. Sebastian made a big mistake. He underestimated us. But I was Socorro. 28 years as a mountain guide, award-winning photographer, tech enthusiast, survival expert, and I was ready. Sebastian. Wait. Happy days are coming, because on that day, I'll be there too. Tomas will be there too. Like ghosts, like those who have returned from death. And you, in front of everyone, will be exposed for who you really are. Murderer Sebastian, liar Sebastian, dishonorable Sebastian. And on that day, justice will be served. For me, for Tomas, for the truth. The battle begins. A week passed in the hospital. Tomas was moved from intensive care to a regular room. I got my phone. I found Matias's number. I called. Hello? Matias, it's Socorro. Socorro Ramirez. Silence. Then a surprised voice. Socorro. But you should be dead. I saw it on the news. Accident in the mountains. It wasn't an accident, Matias. It was attempted murder. We need to talk. Urgently. Where are you? In the hospital, but no one should know. I'm registered under a different name. I understand. I'm coming. I'll be there in an hour. I hung up. I waited. An hour later, Matthias arrived. He was in his 60s. His hair was white, but he still looked fit. He had the look of a retired cop. Sharp, alert. "Socorro." He hugged me. You're really alive." "Yes, but it was hard." He sat down. He listened. I told him everything. Everything. Matthias listened, silently. His face hardened. His eyes narrowed. This is terrible. Your own grandson." "Yes." "And you? Do you want revenge?" "No. I want justice. Not revenge. Justice." "Good. Because we can deliver justice, but we have to do it right." "How?" "First, let's gather the evidence. Then, we'll make a plan." After Matthias left, I sat down. I thought. I would turn Sebastian into the police. He would go to court. He would go to prison. My grandson. My darling. To prison. My hand trembled, because I remembered something. It was 19 years ago. Sebastian's mother and father had died. We had brought him into our home. The first night, Sebastian got into bed, but he couldn't sleep. He cried. Quietly. I went into his room. "Sebastian, what's wrong?" "Grandma, I miss my mom and dad. Where are they? Why didn't they come?" I sat down next to him. I held his hand. "Sweetheart, they went far away, and they won't be coming back. But you're not alone. We're here, me and your grandfather." But I want them." "I know. I want them too. But sometimes life isn't fair. Sometimes we lose the people we love, but we carry them in our hearts. Okay?" Sebastian cried. I cried too. Then I hugged him, tightly. "You're our son now. We'll take care of you. We'll love you. Every day. Always. Promise?" "Promise." That night, Sebastian slept in my arms. I couldn't sleep, because I felt the responsibility. That little boy was now my responsibility. I would protect him. I would make him happy. And I did. For 19 years. Now, I remember that moment. I remember that little boy. 10 years old. Scared. Lost. Where is that boy now? How did that innocent child turn into a monster? Or am I wrong? Is Sebastian still that child? And am I about to judge him? Maybe. Maybe I should give him one last chance. Maybe I should call him. I should say, "Sebastian, I'm alive. Tomas is too. I know what you did, but I can forgive you. Turn yourself in. Go to the police. I'll be with you." Maybe then Sebastian will regret it. Maybe then he'll change. I picked up the phone. I was going to call Sebastian. Just as I was about to dial, the phone vibrated. A notification came in. Instagram. Sebastian had posted something new. I opened it. I looked. Photo. Sebastian and Valeria in a luxury car showroom in front of a shiny red sports car. They were both smiling. Life is short. Live in the moment. My grandmother and grandfather taught me that. They're gone now, but their lessons live on. Today, I bought my new car. Every time I step on the gas, I'll remember them. I closed the phone. I threw it onto the bed because I was angry. Very angry, because Sebastian had bought a car. New, expensive, red, with our money, with the real estate advance, and that note. My grandmother and grandfather taught me this. What did we teach him? Did we teach him murder? Did we teach him lies? We taught him love. We taught him honesty. We taught him responsibility. But he didn't listen to any of it. And now, a week after trying to kill us, he was buying a luxury car, and he was saying, "Their lessons live on." That mercy, it died in that moment, completely, because Sebastian hadn't changed. He wasn't sorry. He was just happy, with his money, with his car, with his new life. We were dead to him, and he was celebrating. There was no mercy now. There was no second chance. But the next day, the hesitation came back, because Matthias came. "Socorro, I did some research. I looked into Sebastian's finances. He has debts, a lot of debt, credit cards, personal loans, even loans from dangerous people." "How much?" $200,000. My breath caught. 200,000? Yes. Cryptocurrency investments, gambling, bad decisions, and the creditors are pressuring him. I sat down. I thought, $200,000, a terrifying debt. Sebastian was probably panicking. He was helpless. Maybe that's why he did it, out of helplessness, out of fear. Maybe Sebastian wasn't really a bad person. He was just a person in a bad situation, and I had to help him, because I was his grandmother, his family. "Matthias, maybe I should save him. Maybe instead of turning him into the police, I should pay off his debts and send him for treatment, psychological help." Matthias looked at me sharply. "Socorro, are you serious?" I don't know, but he's my grandson, my family. He tried to kill you. He pushed you off the cliff. Tomas, too." "I know. But maybe he regrets it. Maybe he did it because of the debts. If Sebastian was sorry, what would he have done? He would have gone to the police. He would have said, 'I did something terrible. Please help me.' But he didn't, because he's not sorry. He's just happy he didn't get caught." I buried my face in my hands, because Matthias was right, but it was hard to accept. The next morning, a new notification came. Instagram, but this time it wasn't from Sebastian. It was from Valeria. I opened it. I looked. Photo. Valeria, at a hair salon. Her hair was being done. Her nails were being done. She was smiling. Engagement party preparations. 1 week left. My special day is coming. Sebastian's grandparents won't be there, but their spirits will be with us. We're preparing a special memorial corner for them. Comments below. "How sweet. It's so nice to remember them." "It'll be the best party ever," Valeria had replied. Yes, they were very special people. They did so much for Sebastian. We will keep their legacy alive. I held the phone tightly. My hands were shaking, because I understood. Valeria knew too. Maybe she didn't know all the details, but she suspected, and she didn't care. Because there was money, there was land, there were $3 million, and Valeria wanted that money. For the wedding, for a luxurious life. We were just obstacles, and now the obstacle was gone. We're preparing a special memorial corner for them, a memorial corner for us. After they tried to kill us, they'll put our photos there. They'll light candles. They'll say how sad we are. But the truth, they're happy, rich, free. At that moment, the last hesitation was gone, completely. Because Sebastian and Valeria weren't just sorry, they were also mocking us. They were turning our deaths into their own story, their own party. Enough is enough. I called Matthias. "Matthias, I'm ready. Let's make a plan." "Okay, what are we going to do?" "First, let's gather the evidence. Then we'll come out at the most effective time." Matthias came. He sat down. He took out a notebook. "Okay, Socorro. What evidence do we have?" 1. My smartwatch. It recorded the moment of the fall. There's audio, there's GPS, there's heart rate data. Sebastian's words, "I'm sorry, but I have no choice," are recorded. Matthias wrote, "Good. Continue." 2. My GoPro camera. I lost it in the fall, but maybe it can be found. It was in automatic recording mode. It may have recorded Sebastian pushing us. I need to find the camera. Do you know the exact location? Yes, the GPS coordinates are on the smartwatch. We can go there. All right, I'll go. With the search team. 3. The real estate company meeting. There's a recording on the nurse's phone. Sebastian's words, $3 million would change my life. Perfect. Send me that recording. 4. Social media posts. Sebastian's lies about the tragic accident. Valeria's plans for a memorial corner. All of it shows their true colors. Matthias nodded. Solid evidence. But there's a problem. What? The smartwatch and GoPro are technical evidence, usable in court. But to sway the jury, we need more. We need emotional impact. Like what? A public confrontation. Sebastian is portraying himself as innocent. Everyone believes him. We have to destroy that image. In front of everyone. How? Matthias smiled. The engagement party. Sebastian and Valeria are throwing a big party. In your honor. There will be guests. The media will be there. Everyone will be there. And us? We'll be there too. But as a surprise. Sebastian thinks you're dead, but you'll show up, alive and well, at that party, in front of everyone. I thought about it. Then I smiled. Yes, that's perfect. Sebastian, at his happiest moment, his most secure moment, that's when we'll show up. Yes, and at that moment, everyone will see his lies, his true face. But how will we get into the party? We're not invited. I'll take care of it. I'll talk to the security team. My police ID still works. Then what happens? You'll go on stage. You'll take the microphone. And you'll tell everything. The truth. You'll show the smartwatch data, the GoPro photos, the real estate viewing, everything. And Sebastian? He'll be shocked. He'll deny it. But the evidence is too strong. The police will be there. I'll set it up. By the end of that party, Sebastian will be in handcuffs. I nodded. Okay, let's do it. The next day, Matthias went to the cliff area with the search and rescue team. They used the GPS coordinates. They searched for 3 hours. Then they found it. The GPOR camera. In some bushes. It wasn't broken. The waterproof case had protected it. Matthias brought it to the hospital. We found it. And it works. We opened the camera. We looked at the photos. And we saw everything. Sebastian was approaching from behind us. His hands were reaching out. He was pushing us. His face was cold. He was determined. Next photo. We were falling. Sebastian was watching from the edge. Next photo. Sebastian was smiling. He was relaxing. Perfect, said Matthias. This is the strongest evidence. When the jury sees these photos, they'll convict Sebastian. Yes, I said. But I don't just want a conviction. I want everyone to know his true face. It will happen. At the engagement party, everyone will see. A week passed. Tomas recovered. He could now move around in his wheelchair. I was better too. My arm was still in a cast, but I could walk. Matthias came every day. We made a plan. We worked out the details. The party is Saturday night at a luxury hotel. 150 guests, Valeria's family, Sebastian's friends, business associates, the media. How will we get in? I arranged a special entrance. Through the back door. No one will see. Once the party starts, you'll be ready. Sebastian will give a speech. He'll say, I remember my grandmother and grandfather. At that moment, you'll take the stage. Dramatic. Yes, because impact matters. Everyone will be shocked. The whole world will see. And then? You'll take the microphone. You'll tell the truth. The evidence will be shown on the screen. Smartwatch data, GoPro photos, the real estate meeting recording, everything. What will Sebastian do? He'll deny it, but the evidence is too strong. Then the police will come. I've arranged it. They'll arrest Sebastian, right there, in front of everyone. I smiled, a bitter smile. Perfect. Sebastian will be ruined on his happiest day. Yes, just like he tried to ruin you and Tomas on your happy day. I nodded. Justice. Finally, justice. Saturday came. We got ready. We wore clean clothes. We hid the scars. But the pain was still there. Physical. Emotional. Matthias picked us up. He took us to the hotel. We entered through the back door. We waited in a private room. The party has started. Sebastian and Valeria are greeting people. Everyone is happy. No one knows the truth. Not yet, I said. But soon they will. Matthias smiled. Yes. Are you ready? I looked at Tomas. He looked at me. He nodded. We're ready. All right, then let's go. And let's teach Sebastian that he should never underestimate his grandmother. We got up, we walked towards the door. The battle was beginning, and we would win. We opened the door. The hall was visible. It was a large hall, hundreds of people, tables, lights, decorations. There was a stage. Sebastian and Valeria were on it. They both looked very elegant. They were smiling. Behind the stage, a large screen. Our photo on it. Tomas and me. Smiling. Happy. Underneath it, the words, "In memory of our beloved grandmother Socorro and grandfather Tomas." My heart sank, because that photo was ours. But we weren't dead. Sebastian took the microphone. He began to speak. Good evening, everyone. Valeria and I are very happy to share this special night with you. This is not just our engagement party. It is also a night to remember two very special people. He looked at the screen, at our photo. His voice trembled, or so it seemed. My grandmother Socorro and my grandfather Tomas lost their lives in a tragic mountain accident last week. They were everything to me. They raised me. They loved me. They supported me. And I wouldn't be here without them. The room fell silent. People listened. They taught me life's most important lesson. Love your family. Live in the moment. And never give up. He paused. He wiped his eyes. Were there tears? I don't know. But everyone believed him. Tonight, in their memory, Valeria and I are starting a new life. And we know. They're watching us from heaven and smiling. Applause. Long applause. Matthias looked at me. Now, go in. We opened the door. We walked toward the stage. People didn't see us because they were looking at Sebastian. They were applauding. But we walked, step by step, toward the stage. Then someone saw a woman. Her eyes widened. Her mouth opened. She pointed. Look, there, he. Other people turned, looked, saw. Silence, deep silence, because we were standing on stage. Socorro and Tomas, the ones who should have been dead, but alive, wounded, but standing. Sebastian turned. He saw us. His face went white. The microphone fell from his hand. He took a step back. No, this isn't possible. I walked towards him, slowly. I looked into his eyes. Hello, Sebastian. Did you miss me? Sebastian's legs trembled. He was about to sit down. But Valeria held his arm. Sebastian, what's going on? They should be dead. I turned to Valeria. Yes, we should be dead, but we're not, because we are strong. We know how to survive. The room stirred. Whispers began. How are they alive? Was the accident a lie? What's going on here? I took the microphone. I turned to the room. Good evening. I'm Socorro Ramirez, and this is my husband, Tomas. Do you know us? Yes. We are the couple who died in a tragic mountain accident. But as you can see, we didn't die. My voice was strong, determined. Because it wasn't an accident. It was attempted murder. And the killer. I turned to Sebastian. I pointed. My grandson, Sebastian Ramirez. The room was shocked. Screams, shouts. What? Are you serious? That's impossible. Sebastian stepped forward. No, that's a lie. They're sick. They're crazy. Am I crazy? I smiled. A bitter smile. Maybe, but I have proof. And they're talking. Matthias came on stage. He brought a laptop. He connected it to the screen. This is retired detective Matthias Cordero, and I'm going to show you the truth. On the screen, smartwatch data appeared. GPS coordinates, heart rate graphs, timestamps. This data is from Socorro's smartwatch. It recorded the moment of the fall. Look, the heart rate suddenly jumps from 70 to 180 because she was pushed off the cliff. Then an audio recording played. Sebastian's voice. I'm sorry, but I have no choice. The debts are eating me alive. This land should be mine. You're too old anyway. The room froze. Everyone was shocked. Sebastian trembled on stage. No, this is fake. It's a montage. Fake? Matthias smiled. Then what about this? On the screen, GoPro photos appeared. Sebastian was approaching from behind us. His hands were reaching out. He was pushing us. Next photo. We were falling. Sebastian was watching. Next photo. Sebastian was smiling. These photos are from Tomas's GoPro camera. It was on automatic mode. It took a photo every 30 seconds. And here's the truth. Sebastian Ramirez pushed his grandparents off the cliff to kill them. The room went wild. People were screaming. Sebastian collapsed. On his knees. His hands were shaking. I just had debts. I was desperate. Desperate? I turned to him. My voice was cold. Then why, 2 days after our death, did you meet with the real estate company? On the screen, a recording of a phone call played. The nurse's phone, Sebastian's voice. $3 million would change my life. I could pay off my debts. I could have a beautiful wedding with my fiancé. They would understand. Would we? I looked at him, my eyes filled with tears. You tried to kill us. Then, 2 days later, you sold us out. You bought a car. You got engaged. And tonight, you threw a party for our memory. I turned to the living room. Look at the screen. Sebastian's social media posts. Tragic accident. I love them so much. It's all lies, all to make himself look like the victim. On the screen, Instagram posts appeared. Sebastian's tears, Valeria's memorial corner plans, photos of luxury cars. This man tried to kill us. Then he celebrated our death. With our money, our land, our lives. The room was silent, a deep silence. Then someone clapped, then another, then the entire room. Applause. For us. For Socorro and Tomas. Valeria moved away from Sebastian. I didn't know. Sebastian, you didn't tell me. Valeria, please. No! Valeria screamed. You're a murderer! You're a monster! She ran into the hall. She escaped. The police came on stage. Matias's team. Sebastian Ramirez, you are under arrest for attempted murder. They handcuffed him. They took him away. Sebastian looked at me. One last time. There were tears in his eyes. Grandma, I'm sorry. I looked at him, silently. Then I turned. I left. Because the apology didn't matter anymore. Today, a year later, a sunny morning, I'm at the foot of the mountain, on my land. Tomas is with me, still in a wheelchair, but he's getting better. Tomas asks, Socorro, are you happy? I look at him. I smile. Yes, I'm very happy, because you're here, because we're alive, because we get along. I'm happy too, and I love you. I am Socorro, 52 years old, mountain guide, photographer, grandmother, survivor, and that's enough, because sometimes surviving is everything.